this lower bracket run. Now they've got to best them here to close out the BO3.
Kikafu getting acclimatized to the team and with degster slaps as well. And yeah, you talk about that lower bracket run for Vitality, man. They've slayed Kings already. They took down FaZe. They had to battle through MIBR as well. Now they've got to deal with OG. Quick B pop. That smoke creates a bit of room, and the nade is nice for Apex. They filter through. How does that miss for Magiz? The Glocks overwhelm, and OG own the site.
Spinks and ZywOo is still left standing, though. These are the big hitters. These are the heavies for Vitality. Moving on in, Spinks leads the charge. Right behind him is that star, that beacon of French Counter-Strike. ZywOo bringing up the rear. Spinks makes contact first, taps Fiku out of the round. They never learn about ZywOo on this wrap. Right now, they've still only seen one man. ZywOo's dead at the first sign of trouble. Flames bests him, and this one's all on Spinks. He can't complete it. It's Flames to rise to the challenge and open up this T side for OG.
That's what you want. Spinks v Flames for the pistol round and a 1v1, and it's Flames to find 3 kills and close it for OG. This is such a crazy game with such high stakes, with a Vitality who have proven themselves in fantastic form, being put to the test by the plucky underdog that no one expected to make this run. I mean, they took down Fnatic in their wake. This is the second BO3 of the day for these boys. They dominated them while they did it.
And in an all-or-nothing BO3 like this one, where you either just fool one game, one map, hell, even a handful of rounds short of making playoffs, especially after the history for both these teams getting cut short in Rio. There's only room for one of them to make a splash, and here's the response for Vitality. The pistols start off strong. Neo frag gives a bit of room to OG. Fiku now joins the ranks as well. It's just dupreeh left standing.
They know, right?
Got a kill over here earlier on. They should be aware, and Neo frag looks to deal with him. Homed in on that location. It took a while to figure it out, but then OG spring to action.
That's so reassuring, because think about how every map has started in this series. It's been back and forth. It's been forced by wars. It's been, you know, no consistency on who actually starts the map dominantly. And so finally converting on a force by one that did get very hairy there. And the OG had to claw back with a couple of rifles. Extremely important. And they've been getting loud all day. More reason to be in this third map after a very quiet Inferno where OG were never really in it. Pistols out now for Vitality. Should be making quick work of a round like this.
Yeah, this is where, you know, the fact that it is this overpass decided, don't get me wrong, I think the history's already there for you to know that this should be a close affair, but for OG, I think if it were any other map, you might be coming into it feeling a little bit dejected, especially after how Inferno goes, right? Where one guy essentially just one-man armies you for the entire game. But they at least have this knowledge that this isn't impossible, that they've done this before. And that can do a lot to bring you hope in some of these darkest moments.
Oh.
niko farms up a pretty penny with the MAC-10.
What a save. That boost almost caught Fiku, but a little flash from Flames outside B, and OG own the site, so 3-0. And as we often talk...
I want niko to go hunting with the anime blaster, man.
So kawaii. Whatever that means. Never watched anime.
Wasn't ready for that. No part of me was prepared for that. Oh. If you got the ace with it, you got to give an ooh, but he can't now. Yeah, so all freed up.
Deal,
Spinks.
actually, yeah.
Dead man, nice. Of course. And there's the 3-0. OG stick the landing on the conversions.
Ooh. Nice and easy. Breezing past the Eeks. Vitality coming with the guns. ZywOo, the only one to hesitate to buy right now. He's got 5,300. It's not quite enough. And so he won't buy up a glass orb. Gets the guns. Gets the rifles with util. No kit in the first gunny. And when you know that OG have MAC-10s and might just continue their B aggro right now, I would have loved a kit for Vitality in this round. Prioritizing util, sure, but no one wants to do it. It's always someone else's problem, and so is Flames. Fast routing, quick path to B, but dupreeh snuffs him out. licks his fingers. Stops that candle right then and there. Good grenade. Oh, it's a kill as well. Perfect grenade. That might send OG out on their merry way.
Oh, degster falls at the first hurdle though,
Trapped.
and now niko is trapped in a box, trapped in a cage, tries to get out of there, but Magisk will not give him that freedom.
Yoink.
Fiku recovers the gun at least, but in the 2v4 like this, it's going to get awkward. NeoFrag is going to try and hit a bit of a timing here on an A push. ZywOo's waiting very passively, very patiently back in the bank. And this is actually one of the rare times where you've got some faith that the banks won't fail in this one. ZywOo, stalwart in his defense of the A site, won't give you the room.
Over on B stream, blimey. Furia 10-1 up, but a map down. And on Vertigo, 10-1 up against Cloud9. Hello?
Well, hey, man, I love watching Furia on that map. I think, you know, even we got to see him a lot over the COVID era, man.
I heard that actually once.
Some of the displays.
That's Cloud9's Vertigo, Harry.
Yeah.
Come on.
But Cloud9 have been anything but reliable as of late.
Wow, you really had to do him like that? Lucky they ain't listening. Booster would have a problem with that one.
Vitality with this first rifle round found, and they keep it pretty clean as well up against the bonus. So that's a nice, you know, sigh of relief breathed from Vitality. The lack of kit never even comes to haunt them, never comes to matter in this round. And now it's going to be purchased up here. So they've got all the little bells and whistles. degster brings out his AWP. First AWP appearance in the map so far. Never even feels worth mentioning for ZywOo that his rifling is phenomenal.
Yeah, saw that on Inferno, right? Never even needed to buy up the T-side AWP, just getting multi-kill after multi-kill on entry rounds, up banana. Flames is holding for the triple boost. Ready for anything, it appears. Trying to be loud outside B, but meanwhile, OG are attempting to take some mid-control. It's a bit of a battle through the smokes here at Monster. degster flashed into long, looking for ZywOo, who is there, just not armed with the AWP, so he won't be taking this deep fight. NeoFrag snaking out middle. It's only Spink spotting from the bomb site. And even a third rotation of Apex making his way up as well. So right now, Vitality weaker on lower. It's been very quiet. It just sounds like Flames alone spamming. ZywOo, Curiosity. And it does kill the cat. 5-on-4, and this might force Vitality's hand, but I say OG are ready for this. They're kind of not. They're so focused out Monster right now. The Dupree in the late round in this position will be extremely valuable.
He's got to play into it early. He's really the only line of defense right now, and he lives up to it. 2 kills from Dupree.
Nice.
Magisk bears down upon them out of the spawn. Frag and degster left up in this one. Spink's embarking on a big old wrap round, so his teammates in B have just got to hold the line, hold the fort down. degster's AWP scoped up, hoping that something's offered.
Oh dear.
Spink's now arriving on the backstab, and they delay that plant, deny it. They don't even need Spinks' flank. Vitality claps upon OG.
I'm surprised they stick that as well. They know there's a pit player, and that smoke just gives room for Vitality to walk close and face in the water. And, you know, you talk about that Spinks flank, Harry. That is what was going on in the BO1. That was the mind game when OG didn't have that mid-control. The Spinks would make very aggressive moves and flank and kill Monster players. It was happening in reg, it was happening in overtime. Spinks was extremely aggressive on the CT side, so it's something OG not only are aware of, but you know, need to deal with now again in this last map. Nice pickup for ZywOo, puts that up to use in middle. And already you can see Vitality starting to land on their feet, as cats often do. Just deegs out mid. Ooh.
Spinks in a very forward position, but good in that first fight, and that's going to give him the room to get out of there. Did give him the room, but going back for more, Fiku finds him over on short. Now ZywOo scoped up. Couple of shots have sailed past OG here, but you're not that worried. He does have support from Apex. taking up this spot from the bank side. Flames close on the long wall, creeping down. Apex has not seen this, has not got this info, and he has been checking long, so under the illusion that it's all well and good right now. Iku with a scavenged gun, still. Vitality a split 2-2 here. Way in hinges on one of these Deegs or the M4 finding that opener, but it can get out of hand once they do. ZywOo's over at the dumpster. Scoped up with the AWP, good nade. That brings degster down super low, so the chances of upsetting much here with the pistols starts to diminish. ZywOo flashed in for another peek. He's had a couple of missed shots, but it's going to be Apex with the spam to thin the herd, and ZywOo will eventually get his. And as does Apex with another. So Vitality find that equalizer. They don't let the pistols battle their way into a post plant.
Yeah, very awkward that Dexter's the one who has to plant there on 6 health as well. You know, spam with a rifle through that box doesn't do insane damage, but yeah, if you're unarmored and low, you're dead instantly. Molly went a little deep for Vitality's liking, but plant denied. It takes you know, wealth of money out of OG's pockets. Just getting the buy-in with some bare util on 2. OG can't allow Vitality to amass control of this game right now. Double monster push, Flame starts spamming. The timing is excellent. He's caught running the wrong way. Trying to escape from a range. They will spam him down. Great flash to pop Vitality through monster. One thing Apex is really good at on this B bomb site is some of his supplementing util. Has great monster flashes, has great aggressive flashes. And so Vitality flex them in this round and take a 5-on-2. And that's in the opening seconds as well. OG, they don't even want to save yet. They still feel like they have unfinished business. And they may with Spinks, who once again is extremely active.
I know, man. This one is just a non-starter of a round, really, for OG. Like, you know, Dexter's clearing angles that don't even exist. That's how terrified they are that Vitality have this monster room.
Yeah, you just can't play too passive when there's over a minute on the clock. You can't, you know, run back bottom con or high T-spawn yet. Don't want to give Vitality all the room in the world. They're coming. They will find niko.
Yeah, he's on a timer here. Apex going to discover him. niko gets away with the kill, but now they know where he is. Now they know they've got him boxed in, and they really want to try and deal with him now. They catch him as he falls off the ledge. He should be dead here. niko can't dance with death for long. Dupree delivers it swiftly, and degster at least gets out with the AWP. There's no hunting that for Vitality, but they remove one of the guns before all is said and done. And so this AWP is the only item brought forward for OG. They're going to call out a pause now.
Yeah.
I don't like the way that this one started. Sure, they find success on the pistol. They stick the landing with the conversions.
I mean, Kakafu even said to Banks that he was suggesting some things on Inferno and they weren't even doing them. So already some questions internally as to decisions being made inside of OG. Because not just do you have niko filling, of course, for Nexa as in-game leader temporarily, so it would seem. I mean, even with questions here, especially if OG do find success in this tournament, of, you know, what is the roster in the long term? It's always been a question for OG, but you also have Degster, who's very vocal and is happy to make calls, request assistance for his plays. So does he have something in mind for this round as the only man donning a gun? ZywOo just, that's again onto niko. Poor guy. Even with his spawns, it's not enough. ZywOo, don't know how that tags. Spinks in connector. And everyone's getting lit up right now for OG. It's not pretty.
He heard the dink, so he feels very comfortable moving into that fight. Seeks it out and locks Fiku out of the connector. Chance of finding much in this round is waning for OG. And ZywOo, you know, he had a couple of missed opportunities in some of these A plays gone by, but that round was a great start, right? Opens up on a niko, lands the tag on a neo frag. Everything he's done in this round has hit its mark, and made life very miserable for OG.
And when you have ZywOo just, nailing 5-on-4s instantly and just putting you in 5v3s like this, another round that's dead before it begins for OG. Dex is looking at B with the bomb, but I doubt he's going for anything rambunctious here as ZywOo continues to pick them apart. One by one, they walk into his crosshair. We're going to need some very good flashbangs on this T side for OG if they want to try and stifle ZywOo in these positions. Flames. He's got a death wish on Spinks right now. And 1v1, but he gets rushed by dupreeh, knowing he's armorless. Faith in the fight, and 15 seconds to save the AWP again. It will be allowed. Dex's best bet. But yeah, Vitality taking full control. After going 3-0 up for OG off of a pistol, Vitality have come alive.
Counter-terrorists win. Nice!
Not an oddity to see these scorelines quickly equal up, however. But it was on that T side when these guys met in the BO1 that OG were able to do a tremendous amount of legwork where they pulled that comeback off in the second half to best Vitality the first time around. So I think for their sake, they're hoping to break through sooner rather than later. Something that's reassuring for Vitality is, it's not the ZywOo show right now. It's everyone's kind of stepping up and delivering across the board. Sure, it's great when he does it. It's great when he makes life easy for you and decides he's going to win a game solo, but you want the rest of the gang looking good in their display, and that's what they're giving us right now. ZywOo gets that spot on guys making it down long, drops the molly just to taper the aggression, slow their roll as they try to move in towards his bomb site, and he's got something to say about it. Drops this smoke, plays over the top of it with the AWP. You said these flashes have got to be good to get him off angles, and that's never been more true than right now. Smoke goes in. That's one way to try and nullify him. And he's playing over the top. But even though he's blind, even though he can't see a thing, ZywOo will deliver one. niko with a response with the trade. Is that enough to bring them into this round? Fiku adds another to the tally. Spinks is left fighting at the toilets alone. And degster's going to knock him out. 1v1. Magisk all the way up from the B site in towards bank. Degster starting to go back, starting to go through the motions with this AWP of clearing the back line. 40 seconds on the clock, and he's going to try and get tricky with it in the 1v1.
Yeah, he feels assured to drop B, waits long enough, and if a flank was going to come through, it would have already, so Degster can drop in and get that plant. I want to see him just grab this kit before he rotates around. They're everywhere, littering the site. It's going to save him time in the long run. He doesn't go for it. He wants quicker timing to B rather than the time shaved off the clock, but then he doubts and goes back up for the kit. So it's going to waste more time for Magisk into this 1v1. He's farming util right now, just got 3 nades and the kit, so it was worth the run around here, but he's got to make use of it. And Dex has a great position. Magisk might try and smoke off the bomb, molly on short, but Degster stays in the site. Missed shot, Magisk getting closer, and Degster needs to nail the next. There are no second chances. Bomb is wide. He taps it. Degster plays on the pillar, and Magisk will get the kill, but there's simply no time. Those wasted few seconds going back up for util will cost him everything. He even dies to the bomb. And so that is a disaster for Magisk.
That's going to hurt, man. Like, weird route in taking to go grab the kit, and yeah, man, he gets that with all the util, but molly goes over towards short. There was no way to know if you're Magisk whether or not that was going to be impactful. You didn't know where this AWP was, but even the smoke, not on the bomb. Nothing makes life easy there for Magisk. He even got that fight to Degster and a missed shot from the AWP. It felt like that could have been enough to give him his way in the 1v1. But that just goes to show you how even, a second wasted in this game at this level makes all the difference.
Especially considering, like, in hindsight, obviously that util didn't really matter because Degster face immediately. OG, they're going to go for B-pop now. They've got Vitality right where they want them, trying to capitalize on that clutch up. It's denied. There's 4 strong. ZywOo raining down death from above. 5-on-3 and OG in trouble. dupreeh's even hunting with a flash. It looked good, but Neofrag turned from it. Will suddenly give OG a reason to compete in this round. You get stuck in a 3v5 on Overpass, your round's dead. Neofrag brings life to this one with 2 shots. The boost up is massive as well. Catching Apex on barrels right now essentially wins you the round, or at least sets you up for it. Not wide enough, not wide enough. And Apex picks him off. That's a disaster. 3-on-2. And a reboost as well. ZywOo sets Spinks up for more.
They're returning the favor on this boost. Neo frag dead. Spinks holds his own. And Apex rises to the occasion with a multi-kill down on the B site. The captain making it happen for Vitality.
Damn, I guess they also don't believe in the barrel position because Neofrag just killed a player and cleared it, but that's exactly why Apex is sat there, and the reboost doesn't go wide enough. Doesn't see anything. But OG almost pulled back a 3-on-5 into B. And ZywOo calls and makes the right call, not just the opening kill, but getting that boost up. Vitality remaining active. And even making that flash play, you know, Dupree dies, he gives Neofrag that entry that gets him 2, but I like the Vitality of making those moves in a 5-on-3, trying to tighten the choke on OG's neck. And right now they're running away with things. A little clutch for degster. Degster? Vitality find all the clues.
This B hold from Vitality has been very much, you know, down to take space, down to be involved in this round. The one man who's making it kind of interesting is Neofrag with his forward positioning, his advanced positioning down the long side. But ZywOo, great mental timer for the game on when he could be there. Turns his attention back around to long and now puts another in the casket. ZywOo took a little while to build up into this one, didn't he? But now he's well and truly here. That wall bang close, Flames. Once he goes around this corner, you're past the point of no return and into a bunch of players for Vitality. Gonna go back, tries his hand at it, but Spinks has got his number, and Vitality continue building here, brush aside the pistols with ease.
Definitely looks terrifying considering that history that you talked about with the 9-round T-halves for both teams on this map. Sure, anything can change on the day. There's definitely been some looking back at that matchup after the BO1 opener, especially considering Vitality probably didn't expect as much face from OG in that game. But yeah, this is a very quiet T side that OG need to build into late. ZywOo. Oh, it's a boost up for Spinks.
Hang on a second, though. OG are coming at them fast. Oh, Flames having a play with his head on a swivel.
He's so smooth, dude. This is what I mean. He's so smooth. His movement, he just dives out.
The spider comparison is perfect. It's so, it feels almost random, but there's a real succinct beauty to it at the same time.
I swear, on Mirage the other day against Cloud9, some of the moves he was making, like the palace jumps and just the way he dodges death. No, you're not going to dodge this death. It is inevitable unless you just shoot through the smoke. A spidey sense, and it tingles. It leaves Vitality with many bite marks. 4-on-2. The bomb making its way into B now. They flash the cross for short. Spinks with another flank. And it might be well timed.
Yeah, he's so often been on these, though. You have to be aware of it. If you're OG and degster, will turn around and deal with him. ZywOo spotted with the AWP over on A. OG are breathing easy right now. Even though this guy was the terror, the big bad on Inferno, this is not a round he's destined to attempt. And so OG just slink off into these post plants. They wait, knowing that that 5th round has been delivered, that they've done enough. And so closing the gap. Trying to make something of this T side, yeah, it took them a while to build into it. We had 5 rounds of silence from OG before they found their first in the return to the rifles. But now these breaks between OG victories are getting shorter. They're still in with a chance to build upon this T side yet. And Vitality know that that pressure's not gone away. Flames the man to get it going down here in this con fight, and then extended it even further, ready for the double Dane push out through Monster. Something that the Two Danes down on that B site like to do a hell of a lot.
Yeah, we've seen some aggressive moves from Vitality right towards B. Some pops out through that smoke, so OG stay aware. They stay ahead of the game. Spinks, I love that angle. Even just for info, seeing one player cross. Infrag's running the whole way as well, so footsteps guarantee right now. Spinks knows what's up. He can try and make an aggro play through the smoke.
I think he might just flank it, yeah.
He's gonna walk out monster. Oh, that's a great. How does he get two? Flames is shocking right now, but he will be stunned out by that nade. What a combo from Apex. Puts everything in, and OG surrender, but they don't know. They're close to another death. Spinks has all this control in middle, and he knows Neofrag has slipped the net. So even though he can't find that kill, ZywOo is staying vigilant, checking long, looking at bathrooms. They know timings are available for this one lurking player, and they will not forget. Neofrag thinks he's being sneaky. He is anything but right now. ZywOo hesitates to rotate, will hang around, fake on A, cleaned out, and now he can drop below. And of course, Spinks is flanking this monster play.
As he does every damn time. ZywOo gonna get to heavens on a good timer here. Apex from the barrels will not let them in. Gatekeeping this B site. niko going up and over, but that hangs degster out to dry. And so now has to deliver in the clutch. Gets one to his name with the bomb. He looks to bypass them, looks to slip the net. He's eluded capture. Spinks' flank never plays into it. They never learn about it as niko calls the bluff and barrels into an A-side plant.
Yeah, with that Molotov, he has so much more room as well. He can go back towards CT if he wants. He's trying to hunt this rotation kill on the flank, but it's Apex going around the world towards long. Oh, niko grabs it. He has a chance now. Up against the superstar of Spinks. niko waits behind the boxes. How far has he gone? Not far enough from the bomb. Spinks will peek again, and he will close the round. Did what he had to, saves Vitality from a sneaky little clutch up, and puts 8 on this CT side.
I love the routing from niko, right? Out of all the ways to make a 1v3 like that interesting, he kind of nailed every opportunity he was given, but bought down low in the fight versus Apex at long, tees up Spinks for that 1v1 to go his way. Far better foot forward showing from this guy. Right now, when you look at top performers for the Vitality squad, it's an even keel between ZywOo, Spinks, and Apex. Interestingly enough, it was him as well. When these guys faced off in that BO1 that was top of the board for Vitality, he feels right at home here on Overpass.
He is playing very well right now. His impact of his util is key, setting a lot of players up in and outside of B, but also just finding impact on solo holds on this B site when he's needed. Spinks now playing more aggressive, more oppressive, and takes down Neofrag alone in middle. And these are very awkward rounds now because you don't want to dedicate to wasting time holding Spinks, but it's not a waste of time. He's still moving. Dexter's waiting with the orb and the bomb very early in the round for Spinks to be committing, so he'll hold off here. And look at this position.
Flames is a freak. Maybe he does something, but no, Spinks nails that, and ZywOo lives up to his side of the bargain. Spinks takes it one step further. Great show of restraint on that flank to just hold position. If he went even 2 steps further forward, he was a dead man.
Oh, you're dead. You are fully dead. The 2 USPs come battering down upon Fiku, and Vitality are putting on a show right now. 9 rounds, had a couple of cool clutches, a couple of missed hits for Vitality. This could be a very dominant game without that. But OG, can they make it 6, which, you know, at the end of the day, good T side, but reliant on an early start into CT so it doesn't get out of control. And I love how much control Spinks has been taking of this game right now. Player who you would expect and require to perform in a high-pressure matchup like this. Oh, just about.
Yeah, I mean, him and ZywOo are both so mobile in the A-hold, right? It's kind of terrifying to deal with. You never know where you're going to face them next. He's going to have a slight shadow advantage here, and he'll nail that. That's a second man, a stray bullet.
Okay.
Deletes niko from the round. It's Spinks' turn to have some divine intervention, offering some moments here to make this a clean half for Vitality. Magisk mops up the monster push, and it's just Fiku, who since Inferno started having a rough time there. That's kept up for this third map. Vitality poised and primed for a great first half here. After a statement win on Inferno, they bring that same heat to this deciding map. Out for revenge after the BO1 that sent them into the lower bracket, and they're looking to get it now. Fiku hoping he's given a fight, but never meant to happen. Magisk locks down Monster, and Vitality offer up a monstrous first half, doing a lot of the legwork at the end of this CT side.
Further space, at least slow down Fury up. There's a bit of a misdirect with the Flames here, just the flush gap back. Furia's true intentions come in towards middle. That's a failed boost, which is probably a good thing for Art because Shiro was ready for it. Not again, as use the same smoke to get up to a very strong position.
Oh, nearly find Shiro, but will still escape with his life. Now presence in towards middle. They want to recommit off this. Safe drop in the smoke. Shiro now can't get involved. Yuri applying pressure at A. It's all go for Furia.
Yeah, Art starts to come on through. He's low HP, but it's all to set up the trade. And well, it was needed. Hobbit has collected 2. Buster spams through the smoke. Shiro onto Yuri. This is the round done.
No.
Hit drop.
Don't do it to him.
Yeah, just do it good. Okay, that'll do. Waste some time at the very least as well. I don't think he was ever going for the knife there. I think it was purely just to give him more time to save.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, Furia don't have the best economy right now. But this is really well done from Hobbit. Again, you cast your mind back to Inferno, that play out long where Hobbit finds a multi-kill. That was the spark. They really lit a fire under Cloud9 and was able to propel them to the next heights. It feels like these really slow starts are coming back to bite them, and this was the slowest I think they've responded in quite a few weeks. 14-8 now. Still the guns out for Furia as well. Limited utility, and Shiro yet again a missed shot. And it's actually drop on towards Axile. At least there's a trade.
Yeah, 1 for 1. Art again in mid, trying to be a nuisance, but oh, okay, he is a nuisance. Sideswipes Hobbit, and Yuri's putting pressure onto Buster. His days are numbered. K-Serato dispatches of him. Nafani and Shiro looking now down the barrel of a 15th round for Furia. That bomb planted. You can't give this retake a look in. And there's even a hunt, I think, potentially taking place.
Besting the Titans of Vitality here on day 1 to open up. OG were coming into this with a bit of faith, a bit of pep in their step. But Vitality have quickly pulled the rug out from under them with a 10-round first half. Vitality sit with a commanding lead. The pressure is now on for OG. This is a tall task ahead of them if they want to pull this back. And they've got to hit the ground running.
Yeah, clear vengeance for Vitality as well. They barely changed things from that PO1, except individually they look a lot better. Spink still attempting his flanks. Apex locking down B even on his own. And ZywOo rarely missing the limited orb shots he was given. On fight, 2 CTs swinging deep, and Spinks does kill his teammate. He's got to make up for this one. Goosh will go a long way, but that door's getting swung open, and Vitality shut, slammed in their face. You would say before ZywOo comes through, but it's not enough, and OG starting to scream back as they realize this is their last chance, their last half. It's the playoffs, or it's the elimination, and a flight back home.
The first step on this marathon journey that they've got to embark upon.
Going to be a long road.
Back here in Rio at the Major last year, that Vitality sent this team packing. And so this is a revenge arc for either side, really. It's either Vitality trying to rise up and claim that revenge, plant the flag after the BO1 opener that ended going OG's way. It's OG's delayed gratification, delayed response to that game back at Rio last year.
Yeah. And it's not just the fact that they lost to Rio, it's the way they did it as well. In a 2-2 matchup, the last chance for the Legends stage. I mean, that's a heartbreaking game to lose. And OG, you know, to have it stolen again by the same team in the same place, it's not the story they want. Especially not with the form we've seen out of some of these players already in the series. degster doesn't know how close they're getting. Saw something though. That's a lot of players popping around the corner. His spray is whiffed. Does take one with him, but that's a gun now given. Gotta get the reload off at least. Neofrag won't let them cross in as he can take 2. Flames helps, and Spinks is screwed. Like them just peeking before he can get comfortable and get reloaded as well.
You hear him reload, you know he's got the FAMAS, but you also know where he is. And everyone just looks to peek him on the back of that info coming across. OG, they lose 2 players to the Glocks. All in all, it probably is more expensive than they would have liked, but they don't let any more damage come through on the tail end of that round. Now we have the guns out for Vitality. 5 AKs donned by the Vitality squad up against this bonus round from OG. OG never had the luxury to pull anything else into this one. Leaning heavy down towards the B side, Neofrag with the nade tech in mid, lobs that in, but it goes just a tad deeper. Apex, the only man to get caught in the periphery of that nade. And he's still healthy as ever. Vitality fast down long. I'm loving the pace that they're bringing from the get-go.
It's a classic Vitality call that's going to get around and ahead of everything. Neofrag will get spots here from this jump, but oh, he plays it very close to the wall. There's surely no way you get a multi-kill here. How do you do it? There's the first flash down. The spacing is a bit weak, but he's out of ammo. He was spraying away. They finished the job just about. That's a dangerous position, I feel, to try and get away with murdering. Vitality, ooh, bit of spam. Maybe a gap under that smoke. They'll replenish it and they'll force OG out of the round.
Yeah, actually the spacing was great from Vitality. You know, we saw what he did after that flash connects, and you've got full faith in the flashbang finding him if he is playing that close angle. He just held mouse 1 and hoped that more players arrived in his crosshair, but that never happens. And so Vitality, they get that trade, they spill into the site. OG still try, like with the kind of remnants of a retake trying to come through, but that's more of a sign of the times, the fact that they're all in on this round. They wanted to try and come back into it. Instead, it's cost them dearly, and it's left them saving this FAMAS on degster. Not even that's a certainty, as Vitality try and be really punishing from the get-go. They remove that FAMAS from play. Not the big ticket item you were hoping for. But not even that's allowed through the filter, the great filter of Vitality.
Yeah, I don't know why he went swinging there at the end, but it doesn't make matters easier for OG, who now have nothing to work with.
I'm assuming it's because like ZywOo died to the bomb, so he's like checking to see if he was hunting him down, running him through the spawn. But yeah, it left him in the firing line, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you don't expect them popping out short there that late, do you? Full eco and
not in their first rifle round either, right? There's this idea that they're going to try and build up their own money first.
Vitality definitely playing to win in this last couple of maps. Sure, the first one was shaky, but there were some insane clutch moments for OG that you can't usually count on. And Vitality ever since that point have looked very refreshed, very revitalized. Ooh. Shot through the little gap, but there's many more where that came from. Spinks bears down the brunt with Apex as well. 12-7, and right now OG are running out of work, running out of room to do anything here in the CT side. This gun round, if you really want to call it that, and you'll see why I put it under question. 2 MP9s, a glass AWP, 2 M4s.
Yeah, it's been very reassuring to see, we had that huge ZywOo second map, and now on the third, it's Spinks really standing tall and delivering for the Vitality squad. Great to see the stars haven't gone the way of Supernova for Vitality. Not a big blowout. It's not a big blow up, it's a big blowout, right? They're looking real good. Dupree on this MAC-10 leading the charge. Not afraid to go first with the SMG. He's got his teammates pulling punches behind him to get the spot to Neo Frag, and that will cost him, but Magisk was always there to get that trade and keep this even. Spinks now hears the rotate away from B, and so he might try and take this in his steed, looking to pick up a bit of room down in the B site. He knows they've given him a gap. How far can he take it? Sandwiched between Niko and Fiku. Gets out with a 1-for-1. That smoke it short, slows the roll of Vitality. They can't come through it yet. Flash out of Apex. Caught with the nades out, but he will recover. Magisk is needed here. As the bomb pulled, Flames, that was the golden opportunity. Apex trying to disappear through the smoke. Won't survive. And so now Magisk got to do it solo, but they've just kept bullying him with Util, denying this presence up the short side. He's got to reroute, and time is fast getting away from him here.
Bomb in the site, smoke will cut off AWP, but Flames is up close, ready to close, and he will do so, trading off gun to gun. And OG just sending different men into the site, wave upon wave. Vitality keep thinking they've cleared it, finding the monster player, trading out Niko at monster after, and then Flames is suddenly in the middle of the pillar. I mean, Vitality weren't expecting that much resistance, that's for sure. And OG with a crucial round to keep them in this game. Without that, off the back of really poor buy, considering the 2 SMGs, no armor on AWP. If OG lose it, it's dead in the water. Instead, Zonic calls a quick timeout. The first timeout worth noting in this entire map for Vitality. Sign of the times, it's been going very well according to plan. And he's getting ahead of it before things get weird. Do have the money to buy for the most part, so Vitality not under the hammer yet.
Yeah, these rounds for OG, these are the hard ones, right? It was always going to be a real brawl to try and break through the money of Vitality, but they're nearly there. That light at the end of the tunnel, it's visible. But after that one comes down to a pretty tense 2v1 at the close. They still have some limitations here. These are the tricky ones. After this, it gets a little easier for OG. They will have a couple of comfort rounds coming down the pipeline. Flash to try and get them out on short, but Niko's dodged it. Niko dodges it, and Spinks will get fed to the MP9. Doesn't hang around long enough to upgrade onto the AK. But a 5v4 that goes untraded, you are more than content with that. Oh, Dupree!
What a spot.
He's part table, he blends right in, Neo Frag. Never even saw him.
A delicious Danish delicacy in the party. OG left with an empty stomach here, but they're about to be filled up on this B bomb site. 3 players all playing close as well. Fiku, surely a dead man, got spammed through that smoke earlier on, but it's all to set Niko up for the glory.
He has a Molotov. That flash should give him the foresight to try and pull it out, but he goes for the spam instead, and that'll cost them. Now it's just Flames around the pillar. He's got to do it. 1 kill off the Famas is not enough. Degster might already be here looking down upon the site with the AWP. But all he gets to see is his teammates fall 1 by 1, and the round escape them. Heart now sinks for the OG squad as they are broke with Vitality up in pole position. 13 rounds and an eco looming. The pressure is going to be on Degster to make a play. Vitality can feel that this game is in their hands, that this time it will be different.
Yeah, and you talk about pressure. I mean, sure, we're not in the playoffs yet, but questions on, ZywOo going cold and quiet in some of these matches when they need him most, right? Not a problem today at all for ZywOo. Had a slow start at the beginning, but fantastic Inferno dominating here on Overpass CT side as well. And when you have extra pieces next to him, when you have the captain locking down B on CT side, being a consistency, Spinks getting up to his insane antics on his mid pushes. This is the vitality we wanted to see today, and OG are finding out the hard way. One timeout left after this. Certainly no money to stay in this map or matchup or tournament. Elimination looms for OG. And Vitality just trying to push those final buttons into their 2BO3 day. Both these teams at the end of exhaustion. But it's all for the greater goal of the arena.
And it beckons for Vitality. degster wants to be involved, wants to try and have his say in how this round pans out. More often than not in these moments, he likes to lean towards back of the pack and try to hold on to the AWP, but something has to change, and degster has to be that man.
Oh, Spinks hears this. They don't think anyone's out short. No one flashed, no one ran. Spinks snuck into this perfect lurk position, and he hears everyone leaving. Look at what they're doing on the minimap right now. Vitality just grouped for the hit. They have to be careful, make sure there's no one here. They don't have that certainty yet, but so many footsteps rumbling on a rotate gives Vitality assurances. They set up some util, a flash to Monster. Apex can molly barrels if he wants, but Vitality's just going to keep it nice and dry, take the site, take the round, and force a resave for degster. That heaven smoke is the signal. And right now, Dupree is the flare, lighting them up in middle. Even this AWP save is not guaranteed. And Vitality really want to hunt it.
Yeah, you've got every reason to try and knock it out, and they'll do exactly that. Spinks was the man who opened up the B-site play using nothing more than just his ears, put his hands to work. And he's good for the double, knocks the AWP out and finds 14 for Vitality. They are swiftly moving towards the finish line right now.
Oh, the fact that OG are buying this screams desperation. Sure, they're one round, in the CT side since Pistol was getting, a low buy with SMGs, but this is such an ugly investment to be making at this point in the series. OG know they just don't have the room to work with. Out of this whole map, 8 rounds right now, and 5 of them come from pistols and conversions, Harry. They have not been able to play their own game. They have not been comfortable in this third map. Last time it was a 14-10 comeback into overtime that they closed. This time it is nothing like that. Never truly in the map. Vitality performing as we wanted to. Slaying FaZe earlier on today. And adding another EU squad to the mix.
Well, desperate times calling for desperate measures. But is this going to be enough? Double push down towards short. OG take this real estate early on, but Vitality all good to concede it here. Normally, whenever they've wanted this control, they've had it. And so, giving a little bit of room for OG to flex early. They're going to wait for this util to dissipate before they look to move back in and take it. Instead, Spinks has got a feeling. You fully trust all of his reads down towards B with how this T-side's gone, right? When Spinks tells you he thinks he's got a bit of room, you stand to attention and you listen. You let him work it. Front of the pack, but everyone else is here. Full faith in Spinks as the entry man. Looking to blow open the gates of this B-hold. Spinks now roars to life with the first. Flames on the receiving end, but Spinks is not done. In with a double. Looking to secure this round on his merit alone. B has belonged to Spinks whenever he's wanted it, and this is no exception. One step further from Magisk, locks OG out of any hope of retaking this. And look at Spinks go. He's already through the spawn. He's already turned his attention towards hunting down the saving players.
No way.
You get no mercy, no forgiveness from this Vitality squad. They are going for the throat. And Spinks is really trying to drive
not
that
again.
home now. Neofrag backing up into him. Will get bored down low. Gonna try and nade the AK back his way, but it doesn't come deep enough. And so Neofrag saving a Famis. All he looks to get, and Vitality not even gonna let him get away with that. They hunt it down, and that's them on map and series point, 1 round away from an appearance in the playoffs for IEM Rio and getting their revenge versus the squad that sent them into that lower bracket in the first place.
Yeah, their first time in this arena as well. That will be a welcome feeling for Vitality, who have had just a great year. You know, a team that have lacked the stage appearances. Sure, they started this year off at Katowice, managing to enter the Spodek, but it didn't end how they wanted there either. This tournament screams a far brighter life and a far brighter light for Vitality. They've just got to finish the job. Neofrag, a crucial scout kill to ZywOo. But as we've learned already from this map, it's not just the ZywOo show. There are plenty of pieces to pick up the slack here for Vitality. 5 kills away from those playoffs they find themselves, and they will not be difficult kills. MP9, a Famas, a scout, pistols.
I think this has been so cool is, you know, Spinks might not have the same sort of kill count racked up that ZywOo had in that second map, but my god, he's won them so many rounds here on Overpass. He is such a huge reason as to why this has been crazy dominant. Finally, they've pulled him away from his B-lurk antics. He joins the pack in this push towards the A site. A broken buy for OG is what this game relies upon. Their lifeline is lackluster, and Neofrag is making it work with less. 2 off the scout in the round, 1 more man up close, but Dexter's clear. Magisk wants this playoff appearance, and he wants it now. Not willing to give OG a route in. He's still thirsting for more, holding on to this flank up through the connector. Magisk is doing it all right now. Dupree coming through the smoke. Trades places in it. Flames will overwhelm him, and Apex wrestling with the AK. Towing that line, will get felled by Flames into the 1v1. Magisk has stood and delivered at every turn in this round, and he doesn't want to let this 1v1 slip by. Flames on the bomb, sticking it, the commit, holding on to the toilets. Magisk not calling his bluff. Time might elude him here. Magisk gets the full 10-second stick, and Flames embarrasses him. What a wild way to keep your tournament lifeline going.
You just think there's no way he's going to do that. Magisk doesn't even want to risk calling the bluff. Why give him the chance to kill me, especially with the form Flames as shown in the series, but he sticks it up against match point. 10 seconds with no smoke. That is such almost a counterintuitive play, but at the same time, it is the only way you can win, and Flames does it. OG have to pull now a similar comeback to the one they already did, but this one should still be unrealistic.
Can't believe that.
Yeah. How often do you see on Overpass as well? There's so many options to check that bomb. You know, Magisk is jumping as well, so I think he thinks he's cleared it, but Flames is so wide.
Flames took that like weird wide angle on the defuse. It had like a double effect as well. He could also see all the peek attempts out of Magisk. That was a very collected way of playing that 1v1 in such a risky fashion. Impressive,
very impressive to win that, but is it just a flash for OG, or is it a sign of something more?
You know, what's been Vitality's crux in times gone by is a weird round like that will come up, one that you were destined to win, the round that was destined to take you to the promised lands, and then sometimes they struggle to rebuild back into it. OG know that you don't ever get rounds like that, let alone rounds when you're up against 15, when it was all or nothing. And so hopefully that's reinvigorated the squad. Neofrag up through middle, going to catch this timing onto ZywOo with the backstab. He takes it one step further. Hell, why not aim for the stars while we're here? 3 in the round from Neofrag, and the bomb gets away from Vitality. Degster's going to snuff out the light of Dupree, and now it's just Spinks. 1v5, not destined for this. OG, double digits locked in. That 10-second stick, ninja defuse. has brought them back to life.
Don't tell me that that is actually what could cost Vitality a playoff appearance, right? I'm a long way away from that, but you don't even want to give OG the option, the chance to make a bit of a late game run here, and that has certainly reinvigorated them with nothing to lose, and with just winning that round means OG, now every round will have all they need, right, in terms of guns. They're going to have basically everything, so armed and certainly dangerous, as we've just learned from Neofrag.
Right.
Fast into B. Vitality want to end this in a quick hit.
Oh, but not the start they wanted. Just random smoke spam. Gonna find Apex. Brings him out of the round. He's not been this hero figure right on the T side. When you really want to look at it, Spinks is the point man. Spinks is the guy. And with him still in the picture, Vitality still believe in the round. Magisk out from short, dead to Fiku. He goes on a tear. He's on for the ace right now. As OG just have players swapping out for time in the limelight. It starts with Flames and a Ninja defuse, and now it's Fiku putting up one hell of a behold to try and make this impossible comeback of dreams happen.
Yeah.
There's one man still to beat. ZywOo in the 1v4. Minute left to play with as he makes his way up through the connector.
And it is impossible. You say it, in theory it is, but at the same time, if it were ever going to materialize, this is the way it would happen. Off the back of a clutch like that, into the bottom performer stepping up with a massive round. These are all signs that would give OG life. And so ZywOo, I don't think he's even going for this, which is a crazy thing to consider. He can, but they've just not got loss bonus yet. So he wants to keep his gun and play it again.
Okay,
like
4 rounds.
It should never happen. It shouldn't even be a possibility. You shouldn't even be considering it. But it's all the makings, Harry. We have the ingredients. Can OG cook something up?
We were saying on Mirage, you know, the universe was smiling down upon OG.
Yeah.
And just maybe one more time, one more good set of graces. Looks to bring them back into the fold. And with each round that draws closer to overtime, the more they are invested, the more they are believing. There was a point where OG were making these desperate calls, throwing Hail Mary after Hail Mary, hoping that something sticks.
Look at this last one. Oh,
but now they are believing again. Fiku from bottom of the board delivers a masterclass behold to keep them in this map longer, to keep them in with a chance of giving Vitality one more haunting memory on Overpass.
So we hit a sick run boost there to get a good mid spawn, but they're going to give it up. Oh, flash over the top, Fiku again. He can't repeat history. niko snuffed out as well, and suddenly silent ROG as Spinks comes in and stars to end this series. You blink, you miss it. You believe, they deny it. 4v2, Vitality ready to end it, and OG, we got ahead of ourselves. We were never meant to, and it was never meant to be. ZywOo ends the series and sends Vitality to the playoffs here at Rio, and they get their vengeance, not just from that BO1, but they do it like they did it in the Challenger stage. OG continue their pains at IEM, still never yet to field a LAN playoff